Which is stronger, the Magic Mirror or the Invisibility Vial? Today we're going to compare the two with a wide variety of armies and tell you whether it's worth you upgrading this new epic hero equipment. Today we're going to compare the level 23 Magic Mirror with the level 18 Invis Vial. Why level 23? Because this is sort of the highest level the free-to-play players would be able to get the Magic Mirror to, because you don't have enough ores for that. The reason I picked level 23 as well is those of you who aren't free-to-play, you're going to probably upgrade the Magic Mirror regardless of whether you think it's worth it. Don't worry, this video today will still be useful for you because you can see which strategies it's better than the Invis Vial in. But yeah, level 23, just so that everyone is able to compare. And the thing worth noting is 25 seconds, 2 clones, and 626 DPS. So it's about 1250 extra damage per second. Whereas with the Invis Vial, you do get 1740 extra damage. But keep in mind, like right now, when she shoots at a gold mine, you're not getting the full value of that extra damage. And you're only getting 7.8 seconds of this in comparison to 25 seconds of the Magic Mirror. I wanted to start with a few mini examples of the differences between the two, and then we'll get into some attack strategies later in the video, and I'll show you when the Magic Mirror is better and when it is not so useful. So the Magic Mirror here in a Sui versus the Town Hall, and when you need that raw damage, it looks like the Invis Vial is going to be better. Well, maybe I'm spoiling it a bit. Now, our Man Queen still has a lot of health there, but the clones don't really have as much. Whereas, have a look at this here. The Queen, when you just need that raw damage versus high hit point targets, the Invis Vial is better. It does more damage per second. And look at this Town Hall here. Is going to get completely neutralized. We did not need an Invis spell there to take the damage off our clones. So definitely, if you're just going for the Town Hall, say with a hero dive, then the Invis Vial is better. But what happens if you've got a little bit of initial damage, but then beyond that damage, there isn't as much? So here we've got the Invis Vial, and the Invis Vial does fantastically at getting through those initial defenses. But when we start getting into range of more high hit point defenses, the Invis Vial isn't doing anything for us at this point. It's only 7.8 seconds, and you can see the Queen goes down to the monolith there. Whereas with the Magic Mirror, let's have a look here. So we pop the Queen ability at the same time. Notice the Ricochet Cannon is able to hit our main Queen. So she is still quite low. You don't get the healing that you would get from 7.8 seconds of invisibility. But have a look at this. So much better at swarming this final monolith because you've got the 3 Queens. Yes, our actual Queen does go down, but the clones are able to finish it off. So you see, the longer they live, the more effect they're going to have on the battle. And now we're just staring at healers in the middle of the map. I love looking at healers. But let's have a look at one final example. We're just going to drop our Queen into the most damage possible. I'm going to show you yet again that the Invis Vial, if you're in insane damage, is better, right? Because we're able to get through all of that, and this Invis Vial is going to be able to get through the rest of the buildings here. So if your Queen's in insane damage, and you don't have any spells to use, the Invis Vial is always going to be a much better get out of jail free card, essentially. If you're in a lot of trouble and your Queen will die no matter what, Invis Vial is better. But if you're say a bit more of a skilled attacker and you're not going to put your Queen in that position, you're definitely going to see the value out of the Magic Mirror. Because have a look at this here. Our Queens get wrecked. They aren't very good at getting you out of trouble. They kind of hope that you as the attacker aren't going to put them in that situation. So let's jump into some attacks here. So Queen charges. Are Queen charges going to be better with the Magic Mirror? So we got the Frozen Arrow and the Magic Mirror for this first hit here. And look at the core of this base. There is a lot of damage about to come on the Queen because there is that defensive Rage Tower as well. Now, one nice thing about the Magic Mirror is you get a lot of health on recovery. So it should be nearly impossible for your Queen to die through ability. However, if you pop your Queen ability when she's low, look at this, and you don't use a spell, your Queen is not going to be alive for long. So you can't rely on the invisibility for your Queen to get value on a Queen charge. You need to keep your Queen alive with spells rather than her ability. Whereas you have a look here, so we've got, this is with the Invis Vial. Now, this attack does go slightly differently because the King really annoyingly comes into the core of the base. So it does go slightly better because of that, but still, it's not really all that different. There is so much damage in the core. Have a look at this, the rage defenses, but we pop that queen ability, and look, the queen's able to get back up to full health inside that invis. 7.8 seconds is a lot of time. Now, obviously, if you don't use any spells afterwards, the queen will go down. So if you're elite at queen charging, I recommend the magic mirror, as you see here, because you get all of that health on recovery, and you're good enough not to need that invis vial. But if you're an average or less queen charge attacker, definitely come in with the invis vial. Next up, we have ground spam attacks. So at Town Hall 15 or 16, this is usually Root Riders, and at Town Halls below that, you see Yeti spam or P.E.K.K.A spam attacks, and for all of these, you want to bring the Magic Mirror, because look at this, the Rage spell does stack on the clones. The clones do get extra damage from the Rage. Let me know if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, which means you get even more damage. But look at this, because they spread out, you get damage in a wide area, and the Scatter Shot isn't able to damage both the heroes there. So you get more damage with the spells, and you're more likely to have the clone live for a long time because it's been tanked for by the Root Riders, P.E.K.K.As, Yetis in your army. Worth noting that the rank 1 player in the world at the moment is using the Magic Mirror with with Root Rider spam attacks, and that video will be on the channel in the next couple of days. Another thing you can do is pop your queen ability earlier, and then you have all the clones in the core of the base. Essentially, use the queen ability when there's lots of damage on your troops to make sure you're outputting more damage. However, there is a weakness with doing this, in the sense that you don't have your queen ability for later in the attack. And keep in mind, a lot of the time with the Root Rider attacks, you leave the Town Hall up for last because you don't want to deal with the Town Hall poison, which is going to, sadly, increase the risk of 1-star attacks because you don't have that Invis Vial to finish off the Town Hall in case the attack goes bad. But aside from that, which happens pretty rarely, definitely better to use the Magic Mirror with ground spam attacks than the Invis Vial. Now, when it comes to air spam, we weren't using the Invis Vial already. Generally, with air spam, you see the Healer Puppet and the Giant Arrow used, because the Giant Arrow can remove both sweepers and some air defenses off the base. And honestly, I don't expect this to change. Yes, the Magic Mirror would definitely be better in this army comp than the Invis Vial would be. The Invis Vial would be completely wasted. But still, I recommend you not change your army, not change your hero equipment combination, because look at this, right? Obviously, the Giant Arrow did insane work getting rid of both sweepers that the E-Drags would be coming into now. But look at these healers. The healers are on the queen here, keeping her alive, and I actually invest a rage spell on her here because she is doing a really good job funneling in. Unfortunately, the scatter shot in the core gets raged up, so the queen does go down. But look, the healers transfer to the king here anyway. So I recommend with air spam, don't change it. Giant Arrow and the Healer Puppet. Now, if you're not good with the Giant Arrow aiming it, and you don't do that, then you can bring the Healer Puppet and the Mirror Clone. That can definitely be a really good combination. But if you want to get 3-star attacks and crush it like you see here with a swag freeze spell, I recommend Giant Arrow, Healer Puppet. Any army that uses the Fireball, like the Super Witch one here, or the Warden Charge one we're going to show after this, should definitely bring the Magic Mirror over the Invis Vial. Why is that? Well, for the Super Witch attack that you see here, you can use the Mirror Clone to set a funnel if you want. Now, I'm not going to on this attack here, because the funnel gets set really well here by the Siege Barracks and the P.E.K.K.A. But if the funnel wasn't being set very quickly at all, you pop the Queen ability early. I am running it with the Healer Puppet here. You pop the Queen ability early, and you would definitely get a quicker funnel set by using 3 queens instead of 1. Now, whether you use the Frozen Arrow or the Healer Puppet is up to you. I prefer the Healer Puppet when the queen's on the outside of the base, because you know the Healer Puppet should get a lot of value. Generally, Sams are on the inside of the base, and there's less damage on the outside, so 3 healers, or even 2 as you see here, is generally enough to keep up. But you can see, as soon as we got into a tough area of the base here, I popped that queen ability. My queen had plenty of health, but I pop it so we get the healer spawn, and we get that extra funnel, and with those 2 queens, we are able to take down the defensive queen there. So, definitely Mirror Clone with the Super Witch combo. I couldn't recommend enough. It is so good. I don't need the Invis Vial on the flank, and we're going to go to 2 times here because you know this is a 3-star. This attack strategy is ridiculous at all town halls. But what about Warden charge attacks? So with Warden charge attacks, my Warden's on the very bottom here. He takes out most of the damage on the base, and this sets it up really well for the Mirror Clone because as we saw earlier, when there's an insane amount of damage on your queen, the Invis Vial is better. But there isn't an insane amount of damage on the queen here. All I need for her is to clear out a section of the base, and that section does not include the Town Hall. If it included the Town Hall, definitely would look at bringing the Invis Vial. But look, the Warden's getting into the core of the base. The Royal Champion's also about to come into the core of the base, so I have to pop the Queen ability now. She's quite low. We get a lot of health recovery. We get the healers on that, and the healers are going to heal all of the queens here. And look, I've now got 3 queens on that side of the flank, and all they've got to do is clear out that side over there. I don't even think I needed the headhunters here to deal with the king. The queens would have all done a fantastic job, but when you're not sending a queen into that much damage, definitely come in with the magic mirror, because look, the clones lasted the full 25 seconds there. You know they got a lot of damage, cleared out that entire flank, and the Invis Vial just can't do that to the same level. So we've done Queen Charge, Warden Charge / Fireball, air spam, and ground spam. I feel like we've covered most attack strategies today. If you've got any more questions, put them down below. But generally, I think the Magic Mirror is worth investing in. But if you're free to play and you don't have that many ores, for instance, my free-to-play account, I had saved up a lot of ores because there was no new hero equipment in July, so I did upgrade it to level 23. If you don't have many, you can save it, but I definitely think it's worth it for a wide variety of attack strategies. Generally speaking, it's better than the Invis Vial.